Labeling and packaging of drugs. So what is labeling and packaging of drugs? So the particulars to be shown on container of the drugs and the manner in which the particulars should appear on label in a given is given under Drug and Cosmetic Acts 1940. So first it is a manner of labeling. So in which the first point included is the name of the drug. Name of drug should be followed by the trade name. And here is example of a paracetamol tablet IP, Calpol. Following preparations shall be labeled only with the proper name, that is, the preparations containing any new drug as a single active ingredient, or the preparations containing any drug specified in Schedule W as a single active ingredient. Second thing is the statement of the net content in terms of weight, volume, number of units, etc. So the net content should be mentioned properly over the label. Okay, here are the examples. Net content in terms of weight, its volume, and the number of units, etc. should be properly mentioned over the label. Next is the content of ingredients. For oral liquids, content per single dose as per 5 ml or as per each ml should be given. For liquid or parenteral preparations, content per ml or percentage by volume or the content per dose should be given. For drugs in a solid form for parenteral use, units or a weight per gram or milligram should be given or mentioned. For tablets, capsules or pills, etc., content per tablet or per capsule or per pill, etc., should be mentioned over the label. For other preparations, contains in term of percentage by weight or volume as a unitage per gram or per ml should be mentioned over the label. So here is example in which it is given 40 milligram per ml and the contents are given properly 10 ml of multi-dose. Okay. This is a second example. Next, the name and the address of the manufacturer should be mentioned over the label. Distinctive batch number should be given. Manufacturing license number should be given. Then date of manufacturing, date of expiry of potency should be given for the drugs not specified in Schedule P. Okay, then the label of the expiry should not exceed 60 months. Okay, then every drug distributed as free sample to the medical profession should bear on the label physician's sample not to be sold. So these are the conditions which are to be followed over the label. It's a manner of labeling. So here is example. It should be given that it is a physician's sample. It is an example of a 9 number of point. Okay, then shake well before use, not for sale, only given by the physicians. So this is an example for the same. Next is the alcoholic preparation containing more than 3% by volume of the alcohol shall bear on label statement showing the quantity of the alcohol in terms of average percentage by volume in the finished product. The category of the drug should be written on the left side running throughout the body of the label. Here is example. If alcohol content is given more than 3% is there, then it is mentioned over here alcohol 10%. More than 3% of alcohol volume is there, then it should be mentioned over the label only. Okay, so this is an example of this point. Next is the labeling of the medicines, how they are labeled. The medicines for the internal use should be labeled if it contains substance specified in Schedule G. The words "it is dangerous to take this prescription," sorry, this preparation, except under medical supervision must be printed. If it contains substance specified in Schedule H, then if the symbol is given, that is RX, or the warning is given, then that kind of medicine should be properly labeled, okay, with the given specifications only. Then next is it contains a drug specified in Schedule H and comes within the Preview of Narcotic and Psychotropic Substance Act 1985. Then over that the symbol NRX should be given, that is a narcotic drug, and the Schedule H warning should be given, which is mainly in the red color. Okay. Then next is it contains a substance specified in Schedule X. So the symbol XRX in red displayed on the left corner of the label, and the Schedule X warning should be given. And here is example. Okay, so this is a common example here. Schedule H drug to be sold. Okay, it is given in red color warning. So this kind of label should be there, properly having all its directions, uses, and all. And this is an example of your schedule NRX and XRX. So left corner they have given both the symbols, and in red they have given the warning Schedule H prescription drug warning and the Schedule X prescription drug warning. So these are just an example how it should be mentioned over the label. Second is the container of an lotion, liniment, liquid, antiseptic for external application. The words, so it should be mentioned with the only for external use only. Then the medicines for treatment of human alignments containing industrial methylated spirits shall indicate the fact on label and the label with the words for external use only. And this use should be mentioned in the red color over the label. The patent and the proprietary medicines containing vitamins should be given with the label for therapeutic use, for prophylactic use, for pediatric use, or the age of the child or the infant should be mentioned over the label. So these are the conditions which are to be followed during the labeling of the medicine. For the non-sterile surgical ligatures and sutures, so they should be mentioned with the non-sterile surgical ligatures or the sutures, not to be not to be used for operations upon human body unless efficiently sterilized. Okay, they should be properly sterilized and then should be used. So the label should be with the proper detailing. Next is the patent and the proprietary medicine. In that case, the name and the address of the manufacturer should be given over there. It is a must. Then the true formula or the list of ingredients should be mentioned over that label. Next is the pharmacopoeia and the other official drugs. In that, the name or the synonym as specified in pharmacopoeia, followed by the abbreviation, should be mentioned very properly over the label. Ophthalmic preparations. In case of ophthalmic preparations, ophthalmic solutions and the suspension. First is, so in that, the statement use solution within 1 month after opening the container should be mentioned over the label. Then the name and the concentration of the preservative is used. If used, should be mentioned over it. Then not for injection, it should be mentioned very boldly over the label. Instrumentation regarding storage, then warnings if any. Then ophthalmic, in case of ophthalmic ointment, special instructions regarding storage should be given, and the warnings how it should be used and what are the storage conditions and all. The warning should be mentioned very boldly over the label. Then the medicines for the treatment of animals. So the whichever the medicines are used for the treatment of animals. So this is the label for it. So it should be mentioned very properly. The need contain the cautions or the warning. It is not for human use, only for animal use. So it should be mentioned properly over the label. So this is an example for the same. Disinfectants. In case of disinfectant, the name of the product, name and address of the manufacturer should be mentioned. Grade, type, then uh, coefficient of the product should be mentioned over it. Date of the manufacture and the date before which it should be sold or used. Then quantity of the same should be mentioned over there. Method of use. Next is the colored medicine. Common name of the color should be mentioned. Then in case of labeling of vaccines, the label on the container should be with name of the vaccine, principal place of manufacture, batch number, lot number, total number of doses in the container. Additional information should be given such as name and address of the manufacturer, manufacturing license number, then date of manufacturing and expiry, precautions necessary for preserving the properties, nature and the percentage of the preservatives. And third point is information on the leaflet. So the leaflet which is inside the cartons. So that leaflet should contain the conditions of the storage, instruction of the use, method of reconstitution of the vaccines, and a statement that after rehydration of the dried vaccine should be used within 6 hours. Okay, the using period of the vaccine should be only within 6 hours. Then labeling of the medicine meant for the export. The medicine which are meant for the export should be given with the name of the drug, name and address of the manufacturer, manufacturing license number, batch or the lot number, and then the date of expiry should be mentioned over it. Then the labeling of the medicines dispensed on the prescription of the registered medical practitioners only. So in that case, the label should contain the name and address of the supplier, name of the patient and the quantity of the medicine, serial number of an entry in the prescription register, then dose if the medicine is for internal use, and the words for external use only if the medicine is for external application. So these are the specifications over the label for the medicines which are dispensed only on the prescription of the registered medical practitioner. Then the prohibition against the altering interceptions on the containers, labels, or wrappers or the drugs. So no person shall alter, obliterated or defects any inscription or the mark made or recorded by the manufacturer on the container, label or wrapper of any drug, provided that nothing in this rule shall apply to any alteration, any inscription or mark made on the container, label or wrapper of any drug at the instant or direction of with the permission of the licensing authority. So this is under the rule 104A. Next is under the rule 105, that is packaging of the drug. The pack size of the drug meant for the retail sale shall be as prescribed in the schedule P1 of these rules. Okay. Then the pack sizes of the drug not covered by the schedule P1 shall be given as below. The pack sizes of the tablets, capsules shall be where number of tablets, capsules is less than 10, such packing shall be made by the integral number. Then for numbers above 10, pack size shall contain multiple of 5. Pack sizes of the liquid oral preparation shall be 30 ml. Then pediatric oral drops should be 5, 10 or 15 ml. Then in case of eye, ear, nasal drops, it should be 3, 5 to 10 ml. Then in case of eye ointments, it should be 3, 5 or 10 grams. Provisions shall not apply to, in case of labeling, the provisions shall not apply to the imported formulations in finished form. Then preparations intended for veterinary use, preparations intended for export, then vitamins, tonics, cup preparations, laxative in liquid or liquid oral forms or unit dosage, then pack size of the dosage forms meant for the retail sale to hospital, registered medical practitioner, nursing homes, then the physician sample and the pack size of LVP. So these are the provisions with, for the labeling where the labeling should not be applied properly. Then the packing of the drugs specified in Schedule X. So how they should be packed. This drug shall be marketed in packing or not exceeding 100 unit doses for tablets and capsules, 300 ml in case of oral liquid preparation and 5 ml in case of injections. So in all the provided that nothing in this rule shall apply to packaging meant for use of the hospital or dispensary subject to the conditions that the such supplies are made by the manufacturer or distributor direct to the hospital and dispensaries. Hospital pack should not be supplied to retail dealer or a registered medical practitioner. So these labeling conditions are not applied for the um, packing meant for the hospitals or the dispensary, as they are given there over there directly by the manufacturer or the distributor. And once the hospital pack should not be supplied to the retail dealer or the RMP. Thank you.